Look at the men who changed history. The ones who built empires, conquered fear, rewrote destiny. There is something unsettling about them. They are calm where others panic, cold where others beg, still where others break. People misunderstand this calm. They call it cruelty. They call it arrogance. They call it being heartless. But this is not the absence of a heart. This is a dead heart. Not dead in weakness, dead in obedience. A dead heart does not react. It does not flinch. It does not plead for comfort. It observes. Most men live controlled by emotion. Anger pulls the trigger. Desire clouds judgment. Fear decides direction. But the man with a dead heart has buried something deep inside himself. His need to feel before he acts. This is why he looks different. When insult comes, his face does not change. When loss arrives, he does not collapse. When temptation whispers, he does not chase. Because nothing inside him is begging to be fed. Ancient warriors trained for this state, not to become monsters, but to become unbreakable. They learned to kill emotional noise before it killed reason. They learned that pain is information, not a command. They learned that feelings are weather, and discipline is climate. A dead heart does not mean no emotions. It means emotions no longer sit on the throne. The throne belongs to control. This is why such men move slowly, speak little, and choose carefully. They are not driven by pleasure. They are not shaken by rejection. They are not addicted to approval. They have already buried those needs. And here is the uncomfortable truth no one wants to hear. You cannot build something legendary while your heart reacts to everything. Greatness requires emotional sacrifice. Focus demands emotional funerals. Dominance is born where attachment dies. This is why successful men often feel distant, why leaders feel alone, why warriors feel misunderstood. Because once the heart stops screaming, the mind finally speaks clearly. This is not for everyone. Most people need their emotions to feel alive, but some men choose a different life. They choose clarity over comfort, control over chaos, and purpose over pleasure. The battlefield is not always visible. Sometimes it lives inside a man's chest, in the quiet moments no one sees. A dead heart is forged here, in the weight of decision, in the pause before reaction, in the surrender of desire. Think of the ancient soldiers standing under the sun, their armor heavy, swords at the ready. They did not fear the enemy outside. They feared the chaos inside. Because the mind that obeys emotion cannot lead a charge. A heart that bends to insult cannot hold a shield. A soul that craves comfort cannot endure pain. Pain is the first teacher of the dead heart. Loss is the first sculptor. Rejection is the chisel that carves clarity out of chaos. A man feels the strike, the blow, the loss, and he does not respond the way the world expects. He does not shout. He does not lash out. He does not crumble. He observes. He learns. He calculates. This is why the dead heart is not numbness. It is mastery. The warrior in the mountains, the emperor in the palace, the silent strategist on the battlefield, all move with the same principle. Nothing outside controls me. Nothing outside defines me. Nothing outside commands my action. Emotion becomes a tool, not a tyrant. Anger is studied. Fear is analyzed. Desire is measured. This is how they survive the unthinkable. This is how they make impossible decisions. This is how the extraordinary are separated from the ordinary. Look at the masters of history. Marcus Aurelius, Alexander, Sun Tzu, all held their hearts in check before they held the world in their hands. They endured betrayal, famine, war, and loss. They lost. They bled. They suffered. But they did not let the heart dictate the outcome. Because when the heart obeys reason, every choice becomes sharp. Every path becomes clear. Every risk becomes calculated. And this is the final test. If you want to rise above distraction, chaos, and weak men, you must sit above your own heart. Not in anger, not in apathy, but in control. This is where the dead heart is not a curse. It is a weapon. The unshakable clarity that allows a man to act when the world panics, to move when the crowd freezes, to command when the noise overwhelms. Quiet of mastery is often mistaken for emptiness, but it is not emptiness. It is preparation. The men who achieve the impossible do not rush. They do not react. They do not entertain the first surge of emotion. A dead heart is the foundation of all legendary action. It is the calm in which strategy is born, silence where strength is measured, pause where destiny is claimed. Imagine a general standing atop a hill overlooking a battlefield. He sees the chaos of men, the fury of the storm, the screams of the weak. He feels none of it pull at him. He calculates. He commands. He moves. Inside him, the dead heart whispers, reacting is for the untrained. The world bends for the disciplined. Every great man across history shares this secret. Napoleon, Genghis Khan, Marcus Aurelius, Miyamoto Musashi. Not the names alone, their approach. They cultivated control where others surrendered to impulse. They endured insult without retaliation. They felt pain without collapse. They knew the weight of rejection, but did not let it bend their purpose. This is the psychology of dominance, the science of emotional neutrality. A man with a dead heart does not need approval. He does not crave applause. He does not fear ridicule. He does not wait for permission. Because he has mastered himself. And mastery over the self is the first step to mastery over the world. Every decision becomes deliberate. Every move becomes calculated. Every word becomes measured. The dead heart is not a denial of feeling. It is a command over it. Anger, fear, desire, sadness, all observed, all noted, none obeyed unless strategically necessary. And here is the paradox. The men who appear cold are the warmest for purpose. The men who appear detached are the most alive for action. The men who appear silent are the loudest in impact. You may feel the weight of this now. You may realize how many times your own heart ruled you poorly. How many times impulse, reaction, and desire dictated outcomes. This is why most fail. Because the first battlefield is internal, and without conquering it, the external world remains impossible. The dead heart is the path to extraordinary focus, a weapon of clarity, a shield against distraction, chaos, and manipulation. The final truth is simple and brutal. A dead heart does not guarantee comfort. It does not make life easier. It does not shield from loss, pain, or betrayal. What it does do is give you freedom. Freedom to act, freedom to decide, freedom to rise above what would otherwise destroy most men. Look at the greatest leaders, thinkers, and warriors across time. They all share the same pattern. The heart that could have ruled them, the heart that could have broken them, was trained, disciplined, and made to serve purpose, not emotion. And here is the lesson for you. You cannot control the world. You cannot stop pain from arriving. You cannot prevent rejection or insult. But you can control how your heart responds. You can decide which feelings govern your actions. You can master the one battlefield that truly determines victory: your mind and your heart. This is why the dead heart is not cruelty. It is not coldness. It is not a void. It is choice. Every time you resist the impulse to react, every time you pause instead of explode, every time you endure discomfort without bending, you sharpen the weapon that few men ever wield. Pain no longer breaks you. Insult no longer shakes you. Desire no longer blinds you. Your focus becomes surgical. Your judgment becomes precise. Your life becomes unstoppable. This is why history remembers these men. Not because they felt less, because they acted better. The dead heart is a gift, a tool, a master key to dominance, clarity, and the extraordinary life. And now, having seen this, the question is yours. Will you train your heart to serve your mind? Or will you let it continue to rule you, reacting to every insult, every loss, every desire? The choice defines you. The practice shapes you. The sacrifice molds you.